What's up everyone and welcome back to a new Sorare video. For anyone that doesn't know, my name is Josh from the Sorare Experience, and since the last scouting guide we did on this channel did unbelievably well, I thought what I'd do is give you some budget options for goalkeepers for the next up and coming European season. So in this video I'm going to give you 10 different options at 10 different price points for goalkeepers that you can pick up for either your Challenger, Champion, All-Star or Cap teams next season. As always, if you want to sign up to Sorare, make sure you do so using the link in the description, and you get a free limited card upon buying 5 on the auction house, and it gets you that step ahead from anyone else that is starting out the game. Even if you don't use my link, make sure you do find a creator out there that you do like so you can get yourself one step ahead of the game. So we'll swiftly move into it, and the first goalkeeper that we have on this list is Cohen Casteels. Pronunciation on point today. He is currently injured until sort of mid or start of July, so he's not really going to be affected next season, but he is Wolfsburg's #1 goalie. He's currently trading for around 22 quid. Well, that's his floor price anyway, so you might be able to pick him up a bit cheaper. As you can see, he's got some really good scores in him. When you see goalkeepers that are consistently scoring like 80 to 90 points, then you know you're in for a good one, because keepers don't do that very often, and this is a pretty, like, Wolfsburg are a good side, but they're not one of the best. And he's still putting up these kinds of scores. So for 22 quid, he's definitely a really good option. We've got the first and only Premier League shout in this video next, which is Bernd Leno. Actually, that's a lie. There is one more up and coming shortly. So we've got Bernd Leno though, again, about 20 quid, which isn't too bad for a starting goalkeeper. And again, just consistency is the word with him. Again, and he's got those peaks there, 97 and a 91 as well. So he's really consistent, and I think Fulham are going to come on leaps and bounds next year. Hopefully they can make a few signings and strengthen up that defence. For the third goalie, we've got another Bundesliga player in Jiří Pavlenka, obviously the starting goalkeeper for Werder Bremen, and he's currently only about 15 quid. And you can see here he's great for the cap modes because he does have some lower scores in there, 12, 27, 10, but he can score as high as 80. So that's what you want for a cap player, only a last 15 average of 45, which can sort of help him fit within your cap 220 or cap 240 team. And I'm pretty sure he starts for Czech Republic as well, so you've got some international utility in there, which will help you. For the next goalkeeper, we've got a player that I've actually picked up recently, and I do own a few of these goalies, so I'm not just trying to pump and dump, but some of these players will be my goalkeepers going into next year. So we've got Vasen, or Vysen, however you want to say it, currently only about 12 quid for the limiteds, which is really solid, and he is a goalkeeper with 100 capabilities, which you don't see very often. Apart from that, he is still consistent and can score those 70 to 80 points, as well as having a few 50s in there. And when you see a goalkeeper with sort of like under 60 scores, but still a high 50s, you know that it's because of AA. And to have 4 games in a row where he scored 16, 21, 21, and 18 AA in a row is unbelievable. So he's a good option. He's highly touted in the Eredivisie, and he might potentially in the next season or two get a move to a slightly bigger club. Up next, we have a bit of an icon for my Sorare gallery. Ertak Özbir was the first ever limited card that I picked up. Can we find where I picked him up all that time ago? Where is he? Yeah, all the way back here in March 2022. So yeah, he was a bit of a gem when I picked him up, and really consistent scores. You can see he's got a few DMPs in there, but he is really highly touted. Obviously he might have got dropped for the last few games because he did drop a bit of a stinker, but there is talk about him moving to one of the bigger teams in the Turkish division. So obviously only 33. Some of these goalies can play until they're 40 years old, so really good option. For one of my other goalies that I'm going to be holding for next season, we have Jeffrey Delange, and again, really good option for a cap player, because again, 48 last 15, but he does have those peaks in there, 83, 71, 76, and I've watched this guy play a few times. He's a really good shot stopper, currently only around 14 quid, so a really sort of budget friendly option for your cap sides. The next player that I'm going to be put forward is Maury Dior, and I won this guy as a rare reward, about 350 quid now, which is decent. He had a breakout season for Clermont Foot last season. You can see here such consistency. Start of the season, middle of the season, and end of the season, scoring some really sort of big scores. He saves a lot of penalties. His penalty record is one of the best. So 4 penalty saves in the past year, which is obviously good, as well as all the clean sheets that he keeps as well. So if Clermont Foot can sort of push on and have another good year, then you never know. And he's around 20 quid at the moment, which is not too bad. For the next up goalkeeper, we've got Alexander Nubel, only 26 years old, which is extremely young for a goalkeeper. Obviously German player, and he sort of often gets moves, like you never really know where he's going to be every year, but he is such a good shot stopper. It doesn't surprise me to see sort of 80 to sort of high 80 scores in his repertoire. And you never know, he might sort of smash it next year. He might stay at Monaco, he might move on, but I'm confident with him that he's going to do it wherever he goes. Next up, we got Anthony Lopez, who was voted in the top 3 goalkeepers in the Ligue 1 last season. Probably the most expensive option on the list at the moment at about 25 quid, but that's with some sort of low scores at the back end of the year. But if Lyon can sort out their defence, and they've got a lot of up-and-coming sort of young players coming through, so I can see them having a really good year next year. You never know, these scores might turn into something unreal. For the last option, we've got Mark Flecken, and obviously he's just moved over to Brentford. And if you take a look at David Raya's scores, but Flecken is one of the most consistent players with his feet, and is a really good, consistent shot stopper as well. And he's currently trading for around 25 quid, so similar. Oh no, Flecken, he's here. Currently trading for around 24 quid, and yeah, you can see here some real consistency in his scores as well. So that's 10 goalkeepers that I'm going to put forward for you to pick up for your next European seasons. So let me know who you thought was the most budget-friendly option for this pick, for this video. And let me know if I missed anyone, because there's so many out there that you could pick up, but these were the ones that I like the best. And again, if you do want to sign up to Sorare, make sure you do so using the link in the description, and you'll get a free limited card upon buying 5 on the auction house. I also have a Twitter giveaway going on at the moment, so there's a link to that in the description as well. And upon hitting 500 subscribers on this channel, I'll be giving away a rare MLS card. And for anyone that is new and starting out and wants some advice on where to go and what to do, there is a link to a Discord in the description where you can join and ask me any questions that you want about starting out. Apart from that, my name has been Josh from the Sorare Experience. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the sun. Peace.